Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, on this episode, we are going to dive into the strictest gun laws in the nation through Measure 114 in Oregon because it is meeting headwinds everywhere. We're not just talking about a lawsuit. We're not just talking about increased gun buying. This is really not good if you are a proponent for Measure 114 in Oregon. Everything's going to be linked in the description box below, and as the federal pressure kind of subsides, we're going to dive into the state level, and that is what we're going to start hitting on right now. Now, if you are new or you're a returning viewer, we would love to have you join the fold and hit that subscribe button. We are always looking to earn that subscription so we can build the channel and spread the 2A news as far and wide as possible, and any consideration for that, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. But now, my brothers and sisters, we've got to dive into Oregon because this is a situation, and if you, like I said, if you are a gun control proponent in Oregon, this is not looking good. All of the headwinds that are going against Measure 114. Check this out because, like I said, it's more than just a new lawsuit. The first thing I'm going to show you is 3 Oregon sheriffs say they will not enforce Measure 114. The new gun control law appears headed to passage. Now, this article was written before it actually became a passed measure. But more and more sheriffs are coming out and saying we're not enforcing it. So, the sheriffs that are there are saying we're not doing it. Not all of them, but a good chunk of them. Then, the next thing I'm going to show you is the sheriffs that are willing to do it, and the ones that say, yeah, that's perfectly fine, it's unconstitutional, we'll do it anyway. Sheriff says county doesn't have the manpower to enforce the gun measure. Now, this was published on November 26th. As time goes forward, you're seeing more and more issues. First, with sheriffs not enforcing it. Then the ones who will enforce it don't have the manpower because the infrastructure was not put in place before the deadline of December 8th. You're starting to see a lack of support, lack of enforcement, and lack of infrastructure. Well, now, let's add a few more problems to the list because there's even more lawsuits that are coming on top of the ones that were already filed. Blatantly unconstitutional. Strict gun control law faces new NRA-backed legal challenge. Gun control opponents, police, say Oregon firearm sales will stop on December 8th if judge doesn't intervene. The people that I'm about to walk through here are not small potatoes. These are some of the largest Second Amendment rights advocacy groups in the nation that are coming out against. So they're not only losing support locally, they're not only not getting enforcement locally, they're also getting national pressure. This is going to be a thing right here. Check this out. One of the strictest gun control laws in the nation is facing a new National Rifle Association-backed legal challenge as a federal judge prepares to decide whether to delay the measure's implementation. Now, while this stuff is going through the court litigation, which everyone knew was going to happen should it have passed, which, by the way, it passed at 50.6. As this was going down, we knew there was going to be litigation. Gun purchasing is off the charts. I'm going to show you in 1 second in Oregon. But let's keep going because NRA is not the only group doing it. 2 former Oregon lawmakers, a sporting goods store, the National Shooting Sports Foundation, the NSSF, and the Oregon State Shooting Association, the NRA's state affiliate, filed lawsuit Thursday, arguing the voter-approved Measure 114 places severe and unprecedented burdens on those seeking to exercise their Second Amendment rights. It 100% does. In a second, I'm going to show you why the logistics and the infrastructure alone are enough reason to put a stay or an injunction as being requested from this lawsuit. This is so big, and so many headwinds are going against this, I don't know how it survives. I'm not saying that it does or it doesn't. I'm just saying there's so many pieces of resistance here, it's not looking good. But let's keep going. I got one more thing, and then I'm going to switch to something else, which you guys are going to love. Quote, Oregon has not yet even provided the necessary funding for, let alone set up the systems required to administrate its new and onerous permitting scheme, the latest lawsuit alleges. As of right now, there is no firearms training course that has been certified by the state, which means that no one can lawfully obtain a permit to purchase. Translation, they're going to get a stay because the rules that are in Measure 114 say you cannot get a permit to purchase a firearm without a state-approved course. There's no state-approved course. That is a direct threat to the Second Amendment and the constitutional rights of the citizens of Oregon. Not to mention, there's no permitting process by the police state there. The state police there, not police state police. All of these things are already going to be in place on December 8th, and there's no remedy. The judge is going to smack that around, and if he doesn't, I'll be shocked. But anyway, This is what's happening while it's going through. And this is from ABC. That first one was from Fox. This one's from ABC. Tough Oregon gun law faces legal challenge and could be delayed. Could be? Voters in Oregon passed one of the nation's toughest gun control laws, but the new permit to purchase mandate is facing legal challenge with days to go before it takes effect. Now, a reminder, it's on the 8th of when this is supposed to take effect. As of this week, listen to these numbers. Oregon State Police had more than 35,000 pending background check transactions for gun purchases and was averaging 3,000 requests a day compared to less than 900 a day the week before Measure 114 passed, according to agency data. On Black Friday, the agency received 6,000 background check requests alone. That is insane. They've got 35,000 pending background checks, with an additional 3,000 that are coming in on a daily, which is almost a 200% increase than it was before. This is not going to subside, and as the judge sees all of these things and the court takes issue of all the legislative issues, all the legal issues, all of the infrastructure issues, the permitting system, the complete unconstitutionality of the measure itself, this is going to hurt, especially with the increased juice of the NRA, the NSSF. This is something to watch, people, and I cannot wait to keep you updated. Everything will be linked in the description box below, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.